Welcome back to my channel, The Coin Spot. Today is best top 3 coins, one you want to miss. We're diving into the world of United States coins. Please don't skip this video, so let's get it started. Top 1. The 1975 Elizabeth II 10 new pence coin is a fascinating piece of British numismatic history that reflects the transitional period of the UK's currency system following decimalisation. Here's a detailed and comprehensive overview of this coin, covering its historical context, physical characteristics, design elements, mintage, collector value, and significance in modern collecting. Historical context. The 1975 Elizabeth II 10 new pence coin was part of the UK's decimal coinage system, introduced in 1971. Prior to this, Britain used a complex system of pounds, shillings, and pence, where 12 pence equaled 1 shilling and 20 shillings made a pound. Decimalisation simplified this by dividing the pound into 100 new pence. The 10 new pence coin was introduced as part of this overhaul, initially being equivalent in size and value to the old florin, which was 1/10 of a pound. The 1975 issue continued the early design of the decimal 10p coin, struck in cupronickel, and represented the British government's ongoing efforts to normalize and promote the new currency system. Although no 10p coins were released for circulation in 1975, they were minted for proof and collector sets, which adds to their rarity and appeal among numismatists. Physical characteristics. Composition: cupronickel. Weight: 11.31 grams. Diameter: 28.5 millimeters. Thickness: approximately 2.5 millimeters. Edge: milled shape, round. Obverse design: features the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. In this depiction, the Queen wears the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. This portrait was used on British coinage from 1968 until 1984 and is one of the most recognizable images of the Queen during the early part of her reign. Legend on obverse: Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1975. Reverse design: a crowned lion passant guard ant, a traditional symbol of England. This iconic design, by Christopher Ironside, is bold and emblematic, featuring a lion walking with one paw raised, wearing the crown of St. Edward. The legend reads, "New pence" above and the denomination 10 below. Mintage and rarity. The 1975 10 new pence coin was not issued for general circulation. Instead, it was only struck in limited numbers for proof and mint sets released by the Royal Mint for collectors. This limited mintage significantly increases its desirability, especially in high grades or when found in original packaging. Although not rare in absolute terms, it is much less common in circulation-grade collections, simply because it was never released into everyday use. This aspect has created a moderate numismatic premium over face value for coins in pristine condition, especially those still in their original Royal Mint packaging or certified by third-party grading services. Collectors' value and demand. The value of a 1975 10 new pence coin depends heavily on its condition. In circulated or average condition, it holds modest collector interest since it wasn't intended for general use. However, in uncirculated or proof condition, particularly if still in a Royal Mint presentation set, it can fetch several pounds on secondary markets such as eBay or numismatic dealers. Average value: between £1 to £5 depending on condition. Proof/mint set value: may reach £8 to £15 or more depending on completeness and packaging condition. Graded coins. Professionally graded, e.g., by NGC or PCGS, coins in high MS, mint state, condition may attract premium prices among serious collectors. Collectors seek this coin not only for its limited mintage but also as part of a complete decimal collection. It represents a key step in Britain's modern monetary evolution and offers a glimpse into the design choices and economic considerations of the mid-20th century. Post-1992 changes and legacy. The original large-size 10p coin, like the 1975 version, remained in circulation until 1992 when the UK government introduced a smaller, lighter version of the coin to better match public preference and reduce production costs. The 1975 large 10p thus became demonetized in 1993, meaning it could no longer be used as legal tender. This has since turned it into a purely collectible item. Its legacy, however, endures among coin enthusiasts. It belongs to the first generation of decimal coinage in the UK and marks an important chapter in the country's numismatic and economic history. Where to find or buy. Collectors can find the 1975 10p coin through online marketplaces such as eBay UK, Etsy, or Vcoin's reputable numismatic dealers and coin shops. Auction sites that specialize in coins and British memorabilia. Coin fairs and collectible shows throughout the UK. Online stores of the Royal Mint, though they may not always carry backdated coins when purchasing, It's recommended to check for authenticity, original packaging, and grading if you're investing in high-end examples. Top 2. The 1974 Elizabeth II 10 new pence coin, covering its historical background, design, specifications, mintage, collectability, and significance. This coin is part of the early decimal era of the United Kingdom, and although not especially rare, it holds interest for collectors who value historical continuity and iconic British design. Historical background. The 1974 10 new pence coin is part of the first generation of British decimal coinage, a currency system that was officially introduced on February 15, 1971, known as Decimal Day. Prior to decimalisation, the UK used an old imperial currency system, with 12 pence to a shilling and 20 shillings to a pound. The new system simplified this by introducing 100 new pence to the pound. The 10 new pence coin replaced the florin, which had been worth 1/10 of a pound under the old system. The year 1974 was still a transitional period, during which the British public was adjusting to decimal coinage. Many coins, including the 10 new pence, retained a size and weight similar to their pre-decimal predecessors to make the change less disruptive. The 10p, in particular, was the same size and value as the florin, easing the public into the new monetary structure. Physical characteristics. Composition. Cupronickel. Weight 11.31 grams. Diameter 28.5 millimeters. Thickness 2.5 mm. Edge milled. Shape round. This was a large-sized coin, which remained in use until the coin was reduced in size in 1992. The large 10p coins from the 1970s and 1980s are now demonetized and are no longer legal tender, but they remain collectible, especially in good condition. Obverse design. The Queen's portrait. The obverse front of the coin features the second official portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which was used on British coins from 1968 to 1984. It was designed by Arnold Machin, a notable British sculptor and artist. Design description. The Queen is shown facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a delicate and elegant piece of royal jewelry often associated with her early reign. The legend around the portrait reads, Elizabeth II D.G. Reg. FD 1974. This Latin abbreviation stands for Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina Fidei Defensor, which translates as Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The portrait reflects the youthful and poised image of the monarch during the early decades of her reign and is now considered one of the most recognizable royal effigies used on British coinage. Reverse D-Sig Crowned Lion. The reverse, back, of the 1974 10p coin features a bold and symbolic design by Christopher Ironside, the designer of the original decimal coin reverses. Design description. A lion passant guard ant wearing a crown. This lion is a traditional heraldic symbol of England, known as the Lion of England, and has appeared in British heraldry for centuries. Text. New pence is written above the lion. The denomination 10 appears below. This design was used on all 10p coins from 1968 to 1981, after which the wording changed from new pence to 10 pence in 1982 to reflect the fact that decimal currency was now well established and no longer new. Mintage and circulation. Year 1974. Mintage for circulation 88,398,000. This is a relatively high mintage, meaning the 1974 10p coin is not rare in circulation, though high-grade examples are more sought after. Many of these coins have now been removed from circulation since the large 10p was demonetized in 1993 and replaced with a smaller, lighter version. Because they were widely used, most surviving 1974 10p coins show wear and tear. Uncirculated and proof-quality coins are less common and more desirable for collectors' collectability and value. The 1974 10p coin is generally considered a low to moderate value collectible, especially in circulated condition. However, it can still hold interest for collectors of decimal coinage. Coins from each year of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. British coins featuring historical designs and classic heraldry. Typical market values. Circulated condition, 10 pence 50 pence very fine to extremely fine, 50 pence 1 pound uncirculated 1 pound and 50 pence 3 pound proof coins 3 pounds 5 pounds or more, depending on condition and packaging. Note, graded coins from professional grading services like NGC or PCGS can command higher prices, especially in top grades, but these are typically only worth grading if part of a larger collection or proof set. Demonetization and legacy. The 1974 10 new pence coin was withdrawn from legal tender in 1993, when the smaller 10p coins were introduced to make the denomination more practical for everyday use. As a result, the 1974 large 10p is no longer spendable, but it remains a symbol of the early decimal period in the UK. Its large, hefty design and traditional heraldry give it a nostalgic appeal for many British people who lived through the decimalisation era. Collectors often seek to complete a set of all new pence 10p coins from 1968 to 1981, and 1974 is a required year in that series. Where to buy or find if you are looking to buy or sell a 1974 10p coin. Here are the most common places: online marketplaces, eBay UK, best for both circulated and uncirculated coins. Etsy often features unique presentations or framed coins. Numisbids, Katawiki, or other auction sites. Coin shops and dealers, local or online dealers specializing in British coinage, often stock 1970s decimal coins. Coin fairs and shows. Held across the UK, these are great for hands-on inspection and bargaining. Royal Mint. While the Royal Mint doesn't sell 1974 coins directly anymore, it may list similar items in its historic or collector's sections during anniversaries or special editions. Conclusion: the 1974 Elizabeth II 10 new pence coin is a classic example of Britain's early decimal coinage. It carries with it not only monetary value but also historical significance and cultural symbolism, marking a nation in transition from the imperial past into a modern economy. While not rare or expensive in most conditions, its attractive design, association with Queen Elizabeth II's reign, and role in the decimal era make it a staple piece in many UK coin collections. Top 3. The 1969 Elizabeth II 10 new pence coin, including its historical background, design, specifications, mintage, collectability, and where you can find or buy it today. This coin is especially important because it was among the first issues of the decimal currency system, introduced just before full decimalisation in the UK. Historical background. The birth of decimal coinage. The 1969 Elizabeth II 10 new pence coin was one of the earliest coins issued in preparation for the UK's decimalisation, which officially took effect on February 15, 1971. Before this change, Britain used the pre-decimal system: 12 pence in a shilling, 20 shillings in a pound, or 240 pence to the pound. Decimalisation was a massive shift in British monetary history, changing the system to 100 pence per pound. The 10 new pence coin was introduced before the official decimal day to help ease the public into the new system. As such, coins dated 1968 and 1969 were part of this transitional phase, circulated alongside the older currency to help Britons become familiar with the new coin sizes and values. The 1969 10p was equal in value and size to the old florin, 2 shillings, and both circulated together during the transition. This made the 10p coin a key educational and monetary bridge between the old and new system's physical characteristics. Metal composition: cupronickel. Weight: 11.31 grams. Diameter: 28.5 millimeters. Thickness: approximately 2.5 millimeters. Edge: milled. Shape: round. The coin was larger and heavier than today's 10p, which was reduced in size in 1992. The 1969 issue was built to last and designed with a familiar weight to help people adjust from pre-decimal coins like the florin. Obverse design: Queen Elizabeth II. The obverse, front, of the coin features the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This portrait was used on UK coinage from 1968 until 1984. Design details: the Queen is depicted wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a delicate and elegant piece of jewelry passed down through the royal family. The tiara's use helped convey a youthful yet regal image of the monarch. Elizabeth II D.G. Reg. F.A.D. 1969. This Latin phrase translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This portrait is one of the most recognizable images of Queen Elizabeth II and represents her early decades of reign. Reverse design: the crowned lion. The reverse, back, of the coin was designed by the renowned artist Christopher Ironside, who was responsible for all the original decimal coin designs. Design description: a lion passant guard ant wearing the royal crown, St. Edward's crown. This lion is a classic symbol of England, representing strength, dignity, and sovereignty. Text: new pence above the lion. The numeral 10 below. This design was used on the 10p coin until 1981, when the inscription was changed from new pence to simply 10 pence in 1982. Mintage and circulation. Year of issue: 1969. Mintage for circulation: 133,376,000. Purpose: circulated coinage. The 1969 10p had a very large mintage, as it was intended for wide distribution prior to and during decimalization. Along with the 1968 issue, it formed the base of the new coin system being introduced to the public. Because of its high mintage, the 1969 coin is not particularly rare in circulated condition. However, high-grade examples or coins in mint or proof sets are more desirable and fetch better prices among collectors' collectability and value. The 1969 10p coin is considered a must-have for decimal coin collectors because it was one of the very first decimal coins ever released. While it's not rare in general, its historic importance and early issue status give it special value in complete sets or for educational and heritage collections' estimated values. Circulated condition: 10 pence 30 pence. Very fine to extremely fine, 50 pence 1 pound. Uncirculated, UNC 1 pound and 50 pence to 3 pounds. Proof coin, from 1969 proof sets 3 to 7 pounds or more depending on packaging and condition. Graded coins 10 pounds 25 pounds depending on the marque. Note: these are rough estimates. Prices vary depending on condition, seller, and market demand. Certified coins graded by NGC or PCGS can fetch a premium, especially in pristine condition demonetization and replacement. In 1992, the UK government introduced a smaller version of the 10p coin due to public demand for more practical, pocket-sized coinage. As a result, the original large-sized 10p coins, including the 1969 issue, were withdrawn from circulation and demonetized in 1993. Today, they no longer hold legal tender status, meaning they cannot be spent but can still be collected, traded, or sold. Where to buy or find the coin? If you're looking to purchase a 1969 10p coin, here are some common sources: online marketplaces, eBay UK, wide range from circulated to proof and graded coins. Etsy often includes coins in framed or decorative formats. Amazon UK, some listings, especially for sets or uncirculated pieces. Vcoins, numisbids, MA shops for professional dealers and auctions, coin shops and dealers. Local coin dealers and antique shops often have decimal-era coins in stock. Reputable UK coin dealers like Chards, London Coin Company, or Coin Hunter may offer them individually or as part of decimal coin sets. Coin shows and events. UK-based coin fairs or collectible shows are excellent places to see and buy coins in person. Events like the London Coin Fair or York Coin Fair are popular among serious collectors. Royal Mint sets. Although the Royal Mint no longer sells 1969 coins individually, you may find the 1969 10p in official 1969 UK proof sets or year sets, often available secondhand from dealers or collectors. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe on my channel for more videos.